Hi there, Aaron Walter here. If you're hearing this, you're not currently on our premium subscriber feed. Design Better premium subscribers enjoy weekly episodes, 4 episodes per month in total, rather than 2, all ad-free and invitations to our monthly AMAs with the smartest folks in design and tech. You'll hear a preview of this episode, but if you'd like to hear the full conversation, please consider becoming a premium subscriber at designbetterpodcast.com/subscribe. It's just $7 a month, and it supports not only your personal growth, it also makes our work at Design Better possible. The podcast is available to everyone through our scholarship program. If you can't afford a subscription, email us at subscriptions@thecuriositydepartment.com, and we'll help you out.
Many of us get so locked up in our heads that we perform poorly, and it's certainly more poorly than we usually think. So we all could benefit by dialing back that striving for perfection, because in fact, in so doing, we actually get closer to it.
Becoming a better communicator is one of the best ways to level up your career. Being able to think on your feet and communicate ideas effectively is critical, no matter what role you have right now or where you'd like to be in the coming years. Our guest today, Matt Abrahams, is just the guide you need to help you improve your communication skills. Matt's a leading expert in communication with decades of experience as an educator, author, podcast host, and coach. He lectures at Stanford's Graduate School of Business, where he teaches popular classes in strategic communication and effective virtual presenting.
Matt wrote a great book called Think Faster, Talk Smarter, which aims to teach you how to speak successfully when you're put on the spot. We talk with Matt about how to become a better presenter, how improv can help your speaking skills, and the winning formula for an impromptu toast. This is Design Better, where we explore creativity at the intersection of design and technology. I'm Aaron Walter.
And I'm Eli Woolery. You can get ad-free episodes, bonus content, discounted workshops, and access to our monthly AMAs with big names in design and tech by becoming a Design Better premium subscriber. It's also the best way to support the show. Visit designbetterpodcast.com/subscribe to learn more.
We'll return to the conversation after this quick break. Design Better is supported by our pals at LinkedIn. It's our favorite social network. It's hard to get your B2B marketing to land with the right audience because, let's face it, the web is a super noisy place. If your message isn't targeted to the right audience, it just disappears into that noise. But with LinkedIn ads, you can precisely reach the professionals who are more likely to find your ad relevant. With LinkedIn's targeting capabilities, you can reach people by job title, by industry, company, and a whole lot more. Through LinkedIn ads, you can start building relationships with 1 billion professionals, 180 million senior-level executives, and 10 million C-level executives. Plus, their measurement tools are built specifically for B2B. In tech, LinkedIn generates 2 to 5x higher return on ad spend than any other social media platform. And I can tell you, just speaking from personal experience here at Design Better and in previous roles in my career, LinkedIn definitely produces the best results for paid media. You can start converting your B2B audience into high-quality leads today. To get a $100 credit on your next campaign, just go to linkedin.com/designbetter to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/designbetter. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be. See what I did there? Web designers, this one's for you. I've got 1 minute to tell you about Wix Studio, the web platform for agencies and enterprises. So here are a few things that you can do from start to finish in 1 minute or less on Studio. You can adapt your designs for every device using responsive AI, reuse assets like templates, widgets, sections, and design libraries across sites and share them with your team. Switch up the styling of hundreds of web pages. That means fonts, layouts, colors, all in a click. Add no-code animations and gradient backgrounds right in the editor. Export your designs from Figma to Wix Studio in just a click. Oh, and one more big one. Package and deliver everything your client needs in one smooth handover. Time's up. but the list keeps going. Step into Wix Studio and see for yourself.
This podcast brought to you by Ring. With Ring cameras, you can check on your pets to catch them in the act.
Izzy, drop that.
Or just keep them company.
Aw, I'll be home soon.
Make sure they're okay while you're away with Ring. Learn more at ring.com/pets.
And now, back to the show.
Matt Abrahams, welcome to the Design Better podcast.
I am thrilled to be here with both of you. Thank you for the opportunity.
We're really excited to have you, and it's not often that I get to talk to a fellow Stanford lecturer on the show, which is fun. Teach in different areas, but maybe you could tell us a story of what brought you to a teaching role, and then talk a little bit about what brought you to write this new book, Think Faster, Talk Smarter.
Yeah, so I've always been passionate about communication, and I've always been passionate about teaching. I'm the son of a teacher. My mother taught elementary school, and for adults, she taught English as a second language. I've always loved learning, and a great way to learn is to end up teaching. When I was an early teenager, I started teaching the martial arts, actually. I taught karate for a number of years, still do, and just love it. Just love it. So teaching is in my blood. I think it's a great way to connect with people, and it's a great way to learn. And then this book was really born out of necessity. As a lecturer at Stanford's Business School, I've been there about 13 years. The deans came to me about 9 years ago and said, we have this huge problem. Our very bright and talented students, Stanford students are very talented, are struggling with cold calling. When that mean, evil professor says, what do you think? They were really struggling to answer, even though they knew the answer. And so they said, hey, as the communication guy, can you help them get through this communication challenge? So I did a deep dive into academic research in psychology, anthropology, neuroscience, even improvisation, and developed a methodology that now every Stanford MBA has the opportunity to take in their first 3 weeks on campus. And it helps them. It helps them feel more comfortable and confident in these cold call situations. And in fact, it can help all of us in what I call spontaneous speaking, which is what we do mostly. It's answering questions, giving feedback, making small talk, fixing our mistakes. And so the book really captures the methodology and gives some additional advice. So hopefully to help everybody feel better when they're put on the spot.
Matt, before I picked up your book, my assumption as someone who does not think on his feet and struggles to respond to difficult situations verbally, like I'm just a processor. I've got to think through things, and then a day later, I've got something brilliant to say. My assumption was like, that's just who I am. That's how I'm wired. But your book suggests that this is not the case.
Absolutely. The book is full of some counterintuitive notions. And one big one of those is that many people feel that they can't get better at this. They're just born this way. I've got the gift of gab or I don't. And in fact, the reality is this. We can all get better at all communication, but especially in the moment communication. For some, it takes a little harder work or we don't have as much experience doing it. But absolutely, I've seen it in my own life, the lives of my students, the people I coach. We can get better. And doing so requires three things: repetition, reflection, and feedback. And those are the process we go through to learn anything new. And you can do the same in your communication. And I hope the book, the methodology, the work I do elsewhere can help people feel comfortable to get started and then improve their communication.
You also talk about in the book about some mindset shifts that people should attempt to work on as they're trying to get better with their spontaneous speaking. Maybe we could talk through those.
Absolutely. So the book has a 6-step methodology. The first 4 have to do with mindset, and the second 2 have to do with messaging. So mindset plays a really important role. I'll just go through the first 4 steps and hint at some of those mindset shifts, and then I'm happy to drill down if you're interested. The very first place we have to start in any communication when it comes to trying to improve and get better is really dealing with anxiety. Most people feel nervous in high-stakes communication situations. And upwards of 85% of people feel that way. And so we need to learn to manage that anxiety. So we have to take the mindset shift of really focusing on how we can feel more comfortable and confident. We do it by focusing both on symptoms and sources. And I can itemize lots of steps to take there. The second mindset shift really has to do with focusing on connecting with your audience rather than striving for perfection. Many of us, when we try to communicate, We want to do it well. We want to do it right. We want to be perfect. We want to give the right answer, the best feedback. We want to be the most engaging in small talk. And the reality is, when we put that much pressure on ourselves, we get in the way, and it actually makes us less able to perform well. I work with my students, the people I coach, to focus on connection, not perfection. We have to dial down that volume of trying to get it right. Because the reality is this: there is no right way to communicate. There are better ways and worse ways, but there is no one right way. The third mindset shift is to see these spontaneous speaking situations as opportunities, not threats. Many of us, when we say, hey, you got to do a Q&A at the end of the meeting or the end of the presentation, we don't go, oh, great, I'm really excited. Many people are like, oh, no, this is awful. We see it as something we have to defend against, where we're going to get challenged. And in fact, those moments of interaction are actually opportunities to learn, to connect, to collaborate. So if we can change the view of it, it can make us feel better and do better. And then the final mindset shift is to realize that listening is critical in communicating effectively. Most of us listen just enough to get the gist of what somebody's saying, and then we begin judging, evaluating, and preparing. In fact, I just heard the other day, somebody said the definition of listening is just waiting my turn to speak. And that's not the most effective way to listen. So lots of mindset shifts involved in this, but if you can work on some of these, all of a sudden your communication in the moment and even planned gets easier and better.
I like that. Could we just maybe apply that and do a little example here, a little role play?
Sure.
There's a common situation that I encounter. I'm a white guy and I have 2 African-American sons. My kids are adopted. And so our family stands out in lots of situations. And I don't know what it is about grocery stores, but people come up to us in the grocery store. They'll say inappropriate things. They'll say sometimes accidentally hurtful things. And what you just said, like, it's an opportunity. It is an opportunity. That's the way my wife and I see it. It's like, it's an opportunity to help someone just understand that families come together in different ways. We look different and it's okay, but we're not so different from you. We're just the same. How would I, in a situation where someone comes to me and says either to me or to one of my sons something racist, inappropriate, hurtful, how do I handle that? What should I do?
Well, first, thank you for bringing this up, and I like making it real. I also have one adopted son and have gone through similar conversations where people, either out of malice or just ignorance or curiosity, say something that's inappropriate.
If you'd like to continue listening to this conversation, you'll need to subscribe at designbetterpodcast.com/subscribe. Once you do, you'll get access to every full-length episode, all ad-free, monthly AMAs with inspiring people in design and tech, and recordings of all our past AMAs. The podcast is available to everyone through our scholarship program. If you can't afford a subscription, just email us at subscriptions@thecuriositydepartment.com and we'll help you out. Your support makes Design Better possible. Invest in yourself and the design community by subscribing at designbetterpodcast.com.